and number 3. Now you're in front of the door. Can you see the door? Are you in front of the door?
Yes.
All right. Now you're in front of the door, and when you open this door, you will go to step right into this incarnation that you're regressing to. All right, now you're taking hold of the door, you're opening the door, and you're stepping right into this scene. Stepping right into this scene. Now speak right up and tell us what you see and what you hear. What's happening?
There are people in chains.
There are people in chains?
And they're moaning or sighing as they work. And it's in Egypt, and the pyramids are in the distance, and they're growing and being built.
Uh-huh. All right. What is your part in this? Now you're going to be able to be calm all the way through this and be objective about it and just report to us what's happening.
I just don't know why they keep us in chains.
Mm-hmm. All right.
We're working. I'm a young woman, and I help to make blocks.
Mm-hmm.
But it's so hard to move and work with the chains.
Uh-huh. What is your name?
Asela.
Asila. Mm-hmm. Do you have any relatives there?
I don't know them any longer.
Mm-hmm. How old are you now?
15.
Uh-huh. Well, what is your function there?
I'm just one of the workers.
Mm-hmm.
That's all. We're all just working to build this place.
Mm-hmm.
They don't tell us too much about it. They just make us work.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Let's go forward a little way in time now. Now you're forward a little ways in time. Now what do you see and what are you doing?
The temples and pyramids are finished, and they're beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
They're beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to believe that we had a part of this.
Mm-hmm.
And the pain now seems almost worth it, even though it was under pressure. Because the light shines from the temples, and you can feel the light, and you can know that there is hope for every part of mankind, even those who aren't born into high and good places.
Mm-hmm. Tell me about the temples.
Well, we are not all allowed into them, but we see it from the distance, and the high priests go there often. And they have talks about the people and how to move forward in civilization and in evolution. And I watch from the distance, and the temples just shine so in the light and the sun, and even at night there's a glow about them. It's just beautiful.
In the pyramid or the temple, which affects you the most, the pyramid or the temple?
I don't know what you mean.
Which do you think is the best?
I don't know what you mean.
Tell me more about the pyramids. How did they come into being?
Today you call them pyramids, but I call them temples.
I see.
Because they are a place of worship, a place of God, of the light.
Yes. In other words, the pyramid and the temples are the same thing.
Yes.
Yes. All right. All right, let's go forward a little bit more now. You're going forward a little bit more. Now what do you see and what are you doing?
I still stay near the temples. I've grown old, soon I'll be gone.
Mm-hmm.
My life has been alone, except for the temples. I watch them.
Mm-hmm.
And I've just lived this life. I've been thinking about it. And the temples, they just remind me of so much, and I don't know what it is. I wish that the common people were allowed to be a part of it all.
Mm-hmm.
I mean more than just knowing what they tell all of us at once. I would love to go inside and be a part of it all, but I'm just an old woman. And I'm just a slave girl. Now when we finished the temple, we were freed. It was our payment to society. And now I live in a small hut and watch the temples every day. And I get up with the temples. And I go to bed with the temples.
All right, let's go to the last day of this incarnation. You're in the last day of this incarnation now. Now what do you see and what are you doing?
I'm in my bed. And a friend has opened the door for me so that I might see the light of the temples as I leave.
How old are you?
89.
All right, now you've made the transition that we call death. You've crossed over. Now you're in the spirit world. Tell me what you feel and what you're doing.
That whole life, I was so impressed with the light, and I think that I was impressed because I knew that I should have that light shining for me. And I held on to being near the temples and watching them so that I might awaken the truth inside myself. And as I am here now, the light from the temple shines from our hearts out and out, and it's such a golden and bright light, and I'm just encompassed by it and overwhelmed by the beauty and bounty of God's love and abundance.
Now, from your point of view there now, I'd like for you to tell us the purpose in building the pyramids.
They were, for what I saw them, to have the light shining there and to bring it from the heavens into earth. They were a source of power, are a source of power. And they bring that power and light and wisdom from on high onto this earth plane. And the locations were calculated scientifically to be the most powerful and to have the most effect on this plane, this earth plane. Because we must move ever forward into the light and must raise the consciousness of our tiny planet so that we can be a shining planet like others around us.
Can you tell me exactly how the light helps the people?
The light is the Spirit of God, and it brings down the life force and energy. When we are alive with the Spirit, then we know the truth and the answer within us. and we know to act in wisdom rather than fear and hatred. And this light has a definite physical effect on each person, near and far away, because the light affects the whole planet. So it's like moving from a little dark cave into a wide open meadow where the light hits you from all sides and you can breathe easily and see all that's around you. Whereas in the cave you have a limited existence and can't see in the corners and wonder what's about.
Yeah. All right, now you're in the spirit world. I want you to tell us more about what it's like to be there on that side of life.
Delightful. It's beautiful. I've been reunited with many of my friends and teachers, and it's refreshing to be close to someone again. I had spent so many years not knowing anyone and afraid to step beyond myself, that I see once more how surrounded I was with friends, even though they weren't in physical bodies when I was in that lifetime. We help other people, especially the little children who come before they have grown into an adult. And we show them how beautiful life is and God is, and we help them to grow into adults on this side of life. This is my job, and I love it because I love the children. They are like little stars that are ready to burst into planets and grow. And I help them to do so by loving them.
What year was this past incarnation in? What year is that in time?
I don't know. I can't.
All right. Can you, let's go forward now. You're still in the spirit world, but let's go forward to where you're planning another incarnation. You're planning to come into the physical again. And I want you to tell us about this.
Oh, I visit the masters and we work out a plan, because there are many people that I must meet this time. I will not be alone. There were many people who will affect my growth, and I must meet them all, and we're trying to arrange it so that the time will be right for not only me in meeting them, but for them, because they will also have opportunities to grow from when they come into my presence. And we're planning this, and sometimes I have to go and visit some of the people that are already on the earth plane and ask them for assistance in the dream world, in their dream world, when planning mine. There are 2 or 3 people who will have a strong influence on my life, and we must check their lives and the sequence of events, if they're falling in place, and check to see that they are in agreement with plans that we had made before they went in. So I spend my time gathering these people and visiting with them. And I also visit my parents and become acquainted with the surroundings so that I might come in more easily and turn loose of many of the fears that I have from this past time.
Okay. All right, now then, it's time for you to incarnate and be born into the physical. I want you to explain this process and everything about it.
I am almost in two worlds at once. There is a reservoir of light that's held between the two worlds, and I sit there with other entities, aware of God's light and my plans for this time, and at the same time aware of my mother and father and the people involved in the birth of my physical body. I am flooded with all the plans that I have, all my aspirations and goals, and I feel the pull of my mother's love and anticipation for her first. The love is just overwhelming. There's so much love from both sides. And as I sit here, I project my consciousness into the little body awaiting its first breath. And I project light, the light from on high and from all my friends, into my mother's body. And as I am ready to enter the body, the angels, or those beings, great beings in charge of birth, surround us in a circle. And their song is a song of love. And I enter the body and am aware of their light and their presence I can feel about me.
Okay. All right, now let's move forward into this life. You're 10 years old now in this new life. Tell me about yourself. Are you male or female?
Female. I have brown ringlets. My hair is in ringlets, long brown hair. And I'm happy. It's so nice to enjoy life. We live where there's plenty of green trees and grass and meadows around us, and in a large house. And my mother and father are so kind and generous.
What country is this?
France.
In France. Hmm? All right. What is your name?
Elise.
Elise? Mm-hmm. What is your parents' last name?
Chantu.
Chantu. All right. All right, Elise, let's go forward now. 5 more years. You're forward 5 more years. Now what do you see and what are you doing?
Well, I'm growing up now, and I get lots of pretty dresses and clothes, and my mother's planning a party for me. And there will be boys there, and we'll dance and play games, and I'm just so excited about it all.
So?
It will be my chance to meet everyone and to show that I'm ready to become a woman. Mm-hmm. It's a great moment in my life, you know.
Yes. All right, do you have a favorite boyfriend?
Not right now, no. Mm-hmm. There are many that I like, though.
All right, you're going forward 5 years now. Now you're 20 years old. Now what are you doing? What do you see?
My parents are gone. And I've been married for a few years, but my parents are both gone. They're dead. I miss them.
Do you have children?
No.
All right. What does your husband do?
He plans buildings, large buildings, and talks with people, rich people, about how to build the buildings.
What year is this?
$1685.
1685. All right. All right. Now I want you to go to the last day of this lifetime. You're in the last day of this lifetime now. Now what do you see and what are you doing?
The sun is bright, and I'm on my porch in the rocker, slowly rocking, and the trees are in bloom, and the fragrance of them comes to me, and memories of another time, of a beautiful place.
What memories are these?
It's my home, my real home, I know it is. And I long to be fresh and young again instead of in this old, tired body. I long to be free of it. And it's quiet here on the front porch.
All right, now you've gone through the experience we call death, and you're in the spirit world. I want you to look back over this lifetime and tell us the high points and the things that you learned in this life.
The greatest thing was to know that someone truly loved me, my parents. And I was spoiled, but the love was there nevertheless. And it had a tremendous effect on my spirit. It seemed to have blossomed and expanded with all love. I had a hard time dealing with being spoiled and wanting my way. I could never understand why my parents left even when I was an older woman. I felt like they had deserted me. But their love stayed in my heart and kept me in warmth. And as time went on, I learned to give a little bit of this love to those around me.
I want you to move into your higher self more now and think about speaking from and through your higher self. And I want you to look at these two lifetimes and tell me, is there any karma left over from these two lifetimes that is in effect in the present lifetime in 1977?
It's almost all taken care of now. Learning to give the love. It's been taken care of several different ways. Through the teaching and the art.
But did you have it when you first came into this life?
Yes,
77?
definitely. It's been the last 10 years that it has gone away, working with you and learning how to deal with other people and to give freely of my spirit instead of withholding it. The art is the strongest key because I can give more of my higher self and spirit through that than any other form in this lifetime and in many other lifetimes. there's a great deal of power that comes through. And those who are a part of the paintings or who had them are receiving the love and the abundance and the light. And it is an answer to karma also. If I have any karma with a particular individual, it helps to erase it through the painting. And the teaching serves the masses to help raise our earth plane in consciousness. And we are all a part of this earth plane, and we all must give our part to our planet to help us raise higher and higher, for great times are coming, and we must be prepared by having the light in our heart and sharing our love and our spirit.
Can you speak of these great times that are coming in the future?
They are happening now through the cataclysms and the earthquakes and floods, and they happen one by one slowly, and there will be more turbulence in each man's heart, and they must decide to follow the light and know the answer and help each other out, or to be fearful and hold on to theirs as if it belonged to no one else. But it does belong to everyone else, whatever you have, for we are all here and we all make up this planet. And if we can all share our love and what we have, then it will help us to come through these times more smoothly. What matters is our attitude, not the physical events that will be happening, but our attitude. And when we are past these times, then we will begin rebuilding this planet, and we will learn how to truly live together as one. And masters will come in and begin teaching us, and we will begin to develop powers. We call them powers now, but it is only a natural talent that each of us has within us. We will share our thoughts. We will build buildings without any physical tools. All of this will be done if we can share our spirits and our love with one another freely.
All right, now I want you to see yourself opening the door and go back into the Hall of Time. Now you're back in the Hall of Time. You will remember all of this. You're going down to the end of the hall. You're stepping through that door now and back into the present. You're back into the present now. You will remember every detail of this. When I awaken you, you're going to feel very good in every way. You're going to be relaxed and at ease and feel beautiful and grateful for having done this service for this time. Number one, you're coming up a little bit, feeling the energy and the life force in your arms and legs. Number two,